Welcome back everyone to the second of the duels here at Talladega. Today we have Matt Kenseth, who just isn't doing very good at all. We also have Chris Buescher in the Roush Fenway number 17 car, who's been having a really good job here. And we also have Greg Biffle, who finished second, but has been moved back due to a penalty. He is driving the Mechanics Wear number 16 Roush Fenway car, also sponsored by Flexi, Mac Tools, and Wix. And so let's get started for the second race as we go here on the green. That's right, so obviously due to a grid penalty and not meeting having some issues with inspection, had to move back. But what we do have is Kyle Busch started off on pole, which is an amazing job for him, as we now have Ryan Newman and Corey LaJoie fighting up there pretty hard, who have taken that space away, so definitely amazing here. But the guys at Roush Fenway said that they are very happy with what they've seen. They said that the car is perfect, they are ready to go racing here today, and they are ready to go. So we will see how they do. As you see, the 48 car causing a lot of mayhem back there on the track, being extremely slow as Greg Biffle gets moved further back. Not a good time for him right now, but that 48 car is not moving whatsoever, so definitely an issue with the 48 car there, as now he suddenly moves, so I don't know what's going on there. But it is that thing, gotta find your way through the pack. You can see it go 4 wide there in the back, so that's pretty amazing. So what do we got? Well, obviously we have the main picks that are very important. And we have Timmy Hill spinning in the back. Bit of a wreck back there as Timmy Hill tried to spin Greg Biffle, it appeared. Not sure what was going on, but Timmy Hill definitely got into the back of Greg Biffle and tried to spin him, it appeared. So, not sure, but what do you say? Anyone pit? Nah, nobody's going to pit at this point. They're going to just go around and, yep, as I said, there they are. So, let's get ready to go. Alright, so after an early caution, we are back underway here at Talladega. Timmy Hill, for whatever reason, got into the back of Greg Biffle. Nothing from Greg Biffle or his team on it. Just for some reason tried to spin him, it appeared. Not really sure what was going on back there, but definitely tempers run high in the back and tempers run even higher towards the front. So we'll have to see how it goes as Denny Hamlin leads the race. Once again, we have that 48 car not moving a smidge, which is definitely very unhelpful for the number 16 Roush Fenway car. And now suddenly he begins to move again. So I mean, you just can't tell, as now he gets forced down to the bottom there by the number 16 car. Yeah, definitely something going on with these two today. Just they see it. He kind of left him there a little bit early, and that caused him to get loose back there. But yeah, definitely some high tempers here after yesterday here in the back. Good job to the team switching up the cars and getting the cars prepped and stuff. And once again, you see another car try to spin Greg Biffle. I don't know what's going on there, but this continues to happen. And Greg Biffle's temper has got to be rising at this point. That's right, no real reason for anyone to be spinning or trying to spin Greg Biffle at this point. What are they going to do here? Well, everyone's going to come down and get some gas. As for sure, you see, oh wow, and Greg Biffle makes up 22 spots on pit lane and gas and go. That will definitely get him away from a bunch of the people trying to spin him in the back. You see here, he's up with his teammate and a brand teammate, Corey LaJoie there. So you got Ryan Newman there in the guaranteed rate car. You got the Fords that are trying to organize, I'd say. So we got Greg Biffle's going to try and come down, and there he is, coming down a little bit hard, I would say, on one of the cars, but getting back behind to hopefully help the 4 teammates. We also got Eric Almirola trying to move up, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And Ryan Newman and Greg Biffle all together, so they are going to be looking and hopefully moving here for the last part of this stage if a caution doesn't come out. So hopefully Nobody is dumb enough to do that spin job on Greg Biffle again. As Ryan Newman gets loose, Ryan Newman is loose. Ryan Newman's going to kind of get back together here. See his teammates staying with him. I think they're checking for damage. As Ty Denon tries to force the issue here. Ty Denon going high. And causing a bit of confusion there. Coming back in. And you see Chris Buescher now up in the front. They're going to try and collect, I bet, their teammate here as best they can. Definitely talking about Ryan Newman. And gives him a push. He is past Dylan. And has gotten up there, but Dylan pushed him past Newman, so can't hook up. Going to be a hookup here with Joy. And going to try and get Newman in on board on that, looks like. And Newman is aboard. He is in the draft and trying to come hard to the front. You got Chris Buescher down below, not really working with the team yet. We're definitely going to watch the Fords here, as they were pretty strong yesterday. Could not get organized though. That was the problem. Not last year, but yesterday. But that was the issue. And we see an interloper here trying to squeeze Newman out. And you see getting kind of mixing up the Fords again. Haley there. So Haley being a bit of a unhelpful influence on the Fords, and it looks like the Fords plan is falling to pieces again. So definitely going to have to be some strategy changes here. As you see Biffle kind of slide in behind Haley, and Haley kind of sends him back up, and you've got somebody loose there, a few people loose as we got 4 wide going on. Newman gets smashed into the wall. He's going farther back. Lots to watch here. Definitely final stage, so a lot of people want to go places. We got to watch this 16 car though. As you see there, you got Justin Haley, who also has the 16-2. They do not have the 2 on there, but it is the 16-2, so 162 car. Due to the fact that Greg Biffle has the 16 car. You also have Denny Hamlin here, who's been staying up front, along with Christopher Bale there in the 20. And here comes Greg Biffle coming to the front very quickly. Got a lot of speed. Going to try and get around the 20 car there. He is to Buescher. And going to try and push his buddy farther up. The 20 car putting up a fight for that position. And they are bouncing back and forth pretty hard there. That is not helping either of them. As Bobby Carter goes by. Lots of issues there, but definitely not helpful for the 20 there and the 16 to be working that hard. And 20 gets that position back. And we have the 48. The 48 and this 16 car have not had a friendly relationship so far in this race, so definitely important to watch. You see Greg Biffle has another run once again, kind of getting pushed out by Amarola, trying to get past that 20 car to get to his buddy, number 17 of Buescher. He's to Buescher, trying to give him a push. Buescher's coming down in front to get that draft help. And we got ourselves 2 tandems working here. Up. One tandem has become a line, and Eric Amarola pushes Biffle out of that line. Biffle trying to get power back down. Cannot do it. Finishing 8th maybe. And he gets 6th place. So amazing 2-spot jump there on Eric Amarola and BJ McLeod. Good job. Absolutely, that was fascinating, and I must say rather thrilling to watch. Definitely a lot of fun there, as we have some excellent drafting racing going on. And we're back. Everyone took 4 tires and fuel, and we have Chris Buescher, who has disappeared out of the top 10. What's happened? Yep, due to a slow stop, Chris Buescher has moved back, and Biffle is going to be trying to fall back to him if he can here. He's going to be trying to get this Ford team mixed back up. You see Buescher actually has moved back up pretty quickly from some outside, which no one has told Biffle that. And so Biffle continues to fall back. So a bunch of miscommunication here, as that was a fast, extremely fast regain on the part of Busher. Ryan Newman fall in the back there due to also a slow pit stop. And you just see Greg Biffle just falling backwards as things go. But yeah, Ryan Newman definitely fall in the back of this field for some strange reason. Mostly due to that being hit into the side wall. That was definitely unhelpful there. Very so. And let's go back to Jim here. Right, so we're back, and we got green flag conditions going on. We got Ricky Rickhouse Jr. here on the side. Definitely something to watch out for everybody. Chris Busher doing an awesome job getting somehow higher up than he is, as Justin Haley tries to spin Biffle. Biffle is still rather loose, and he has regained. But yes, there is a bit of a extreme something going on with the Haley and also with that 48, as Haley tips the 16 of Greg Biffle into the 6 of Ryan Newman. So Greg Biffle getting away from Haley, going to the inside behind his pal Ryan Newman, who's also his teammate. And we will have to see how things progress now that two teammates are together. And we see Ryan Newman now getting a push from the 16 car. And they are doing a pretty good job at pushing here. We'll have to see if they're able to move up any positions or not. But definitely doing a good job here so far with each other. So we'll have to see what we got. We got Chase Elliott up there. We also have Chris Busher, who has fallen back some, as we have Bobby Carter leading this race. A fascinating development, I must say, as he leads some of the first laps in his career here at Talladega. So fascinating there. Guaranteed rate number 6 doing a pretty good job, as Eric Almirola and the 17 car are trying to draft with one another. And here comes a run from the 16. 16 has a pretty good run, and to the 6 he is. So they're trying to get there, up there to their teammate, the number 17 of Chris Busher. Working pretty hard on the outside line. The outside line, as we saw yesterday, does not work out very good for any of these guys. Really slows them down and gets them loose, or potentially, as we saw earlier in this race, into the wall. So definitely not something we're wanting to repeat, if at all. You see that not just for some reason there is no moving forward with Newman and the 16 car for whatever reason. They are really working hard though, but so far not much going between these two. So fascinating there, as we see Brad Gzowski really hurting the momentum there as well. And we see Greg Biffle trying to get away from Newman now, and he is free of Newman. Newman has apparently lost some speed. Something's going on with that number 6 car. Nothing is moving forward with that car now. Justin Haley once again into the number 16 car. I'm not sure what's going on there, but the 16 car is being hit once again by Justin Haley. That was fascinating. Justin Haley was able to save it after he lost control, but once again, a lot of beating up on the 16 of Greg Biffle. Not sure what's going on there. And you see that Ryan Newman has grabbed that position in the front once again, and we're going to see, it looks like Greg Biffle's going to give him another chance, going to try and push him forward. I'm not sure how this will work, but they are working together again. So fascinating there. As Ryan Newman has moved up to the 17th position, past Chris Busher and Eric Almirola. So good job for Roush Fenway. Their teammates working pretty hard as they're getting ready to go past Timmy Hill as well. Looks like they got a little bit more speed this run, so that is going to help them out tremendously. Greg Biffle trying to bring Newman down. Newman did not come down, and so Greg Biffle goes on his way. You see there a bit of a stall out for both of them. There we go. Newman's going to drop down back behind his teammate. And hopefully use the draft here to get back up to him. I think that's what they were looking at, is that Greg Biffle has the more powerful car with more speed. Fascinating. So obviously, Greg Biffle doing an awesome job here. We also, let's take a look at our top 10 here. We have Bobby Carter, who has since moved farther back. We have Brad Keselowski, who is loose, sending Greg Biffle into the wall. Greg Biffle going down. Huge wreck. Huge wreck there on the slopes of Talladega. Amazing. You saw Brad Keselowski get loose and right into Greg Biffle he went. Greg Biffle went towards the outside wall, came back down, smashed into Kurt Busch. Very, very hard wreck there. And so it looks like everyone's going to be coming down to pit. That's right, that was a hard wreck. Definitely Brad Keselowski got loose for, I'm not sure what reason, but loose into Greg Biffle, and Greg Biffle went spinning. So definitely not what either of them wanted to see, and definitely not what the Ford execs wanted to see either. But luckily they are back out, damage mostly fixed, but yeah, that is definitely not what anybody was wanting to see. So we got 2 laps here, a bit of a shootout almost. And we'll have to see who can move the fastest towards the front. Definitely points on the line here for this stage, so very important to be able to get some points here. That's right, and so you see Greg Biffle there doing some amazing moves, has a lot of momentum, and almost like a heat-sensing missile is now on the tail of Brad Keselowski, giving him a bit of a bump draft here. And leaving him, if at all possible. Yeah, there's definitely not going to be much of a, not much relationship going on there for the rest of this race. Definitely not happy with Brad Keselowski. That could have cost the entire team their car. Luckily it wasn't as bad as it looked, but still a lot of damage there that could have been incurred, that could have sent this 16 car out of the race. And we see that he is now approaching his teammate in the 6 car, and giving him a push, but we'll have to see how that push materializes here as we go. Also have Timmy Hill trying to give some aid to the Ford teammates as they push forward. A bit of loose wobble there out of Newman as they came out of that turn. Not sure what totally happened there. Newman back together, trying to get some more position, and there we go. Newman will get 4th. Greg Biffle gets 6th with Corey LaJoie there in 5th. Not a bad job at all for the 2 Roush Fenway teammates. What do we got? So everyone's going to come back, top off on fuel, maybe take some tires, but that's going to be about it. And there we go. Greg Biffle has taken the lead, only took right side tires and a top off of fuel, and that will get him towards the front. Excellent job there as we go back to green. Alright, so what do we got here? We got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jimmy in the 48. We also got Denny Hamlin and Ryan Newman once again. And so what are we going to see? Well, Greg Biffle has been working pretty well with his buddy there, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's pretty slow right now. Doesn't have much speed, so we're going to have to see. It looks like they are kind of going back and forth. Should Greg Biffle drop back or not? Got Timmy Hill and some other Fords up here. Maybe just work with them. I think that's what they're working on strategy-wise right now, as we have a pit stop that will have to happen, whether by caution or otherwise. It has to happen at some point. And we see Greg Biffle go high there. So Greg Biffle is high, seems to be drifting towards the back some, as Ryan Newman will be going past, and he's going to drop in behind his teammate. Ryan Newman does a checkup, and Ryan Newman into the wall as he checks up as his teammate tries to get to his back. And that is not what they wanted to see. So a mistake from Greg Biffle, but also why was Ryan Newman checking up at the same time? That's definitely something we'll have to look at. But not many people pit that time, but yeah, that was not what the Roush Fenway wanted to see, as Ryan Newman went into the wall hard. Exactly, so definitely not what anyone wanted to see. Ryan Newman in the back with major damage, but amazingly still driving, even with a head-on collision into the wall. We now have Greg Biffle and Clint Boyer that'll seem to be nose to tail. Chris Buescher is nowhere to be seen, which is interesting. Denny Hamlin to the back of the number 16 gets loose and is moving farther back. And looks like we got a few different angles of attack that are being worked out here as everyone sorts themselves out. And there we go. So Greg Biffle nose to tail with Boyer trying to move the Fords forward, and Boyer's just, I'm not sure what happened there, but Boyer just moved up suddenly. Not helpful at all, and that is going to kill the momentum for the 16 car. But here is another Ford teammate, Cole Custer, who gives him a push, and forwards he goes. Let's see him go up to the middle there, trying to get some open space. Gets that closed back down by the 20 car, goes on the outside of the 20 car, getting some movement there. Alright, now he goes beneath Boyer. Boyer not trustworthy at this point, I guess, is what he's thinking. And now we got the 95 of Levine Family Racing there getting cleared. We got several Ford options here for Biffle to try and work with. We have Coy LaJoy, we also have Michael McDowell, and of course we have Eric Amarola there in the very front. As we have the 20 car try to spin out the 16 once again. Wreck back behind them, not much of one, but enough. So we'll cause a caution, and no caution is out. Everyone's able to clear the wreck for the most part, and everyone's back to racing. Absolutely amazing. We got Brad Gazowski and Cole Custer on the inside. You have the 16 trying to get down to that lane. He's now down there trying to get some momentum at the draft. Everyone is spread out pretty thin back behind due to that incident with the 20 car. And here comes a run from the 16 as the 16 comes up. Gonna go low and leave Brad Gazowski out to dry there. Good move for him. Cole Custer is getting pushed. Not much going on there with Michael McDowell in the front. Here we go. We got a pretty good 3 car. And nothing's going on there. Nothing's going on whatsoever. No speed from any of these cars as they're trying to move. And here we go. Now the run materializes as they go past the 95. That's right. So obviously it took a while for that run to materialize, but it is now moving. They got the momentum. As we see Coy LaJoy try to go to the outside of the 1641. That works as the 16 drops below the 41 and is now pushing Michael McDowell towards the lead. Mike McDowell now is the leader here at Talladega. Now, one thing that needs to be mentioned is everyone has to pit stop. There must be a top-off of fuel in this final few laps of the stage. There has to be. And so the question is when, if a caution doesn't come out. So we've obviously seen plenty of cautions going on. But the question is, does it come out or does everyone else have to pit? As you see McDowell getting left out to dry there as the 16 car gets the run with 32. So fascinating. Obviously Coy LaJoy has worked out very well as a good teammate for the 16 car. So now we have the 16 back out in the lead. And hopefully his blocking skills will work out pretty good here in the front as everyone begins to kind of assemble here in the front. Got a few extra cars that haven't really been in the mix coming up. Fascinating. We have several cars already pitting as well, so we'll have to see how that strategy works out for those cars as the 16 continues to lead. The question is, who pits this lap? That's right, that is a question, and we've got to watch. And there we go, Coy LaJoy going down. Several others are all streaking towards the pit lane there. So the question is, when does everybody come and how does that affect overall position? There we have Kurt Busch going slow. Huge hit there, as Eric Almirola did not realize how slow Kurt Busch was. That was going to slow him up quite a bit. And we got cars that are going to need fuel here pretty soon, as the majority of the field is in pit lane. We got Brad Keselowski trying to get past the 16 car. That apparently is not going to happen here. So, what do we got? That's right, so Greg Biffle was told it will be a last minute call, and he has been called along with the majority of the field. And there he is, he's down. They will not be taking tires, but they will be taking fuel and a potential speeding penalty for entering pit road. But can't say it for sure. I think they're going to add more tape to the car to try and get a little bit more aero. And a speeding penalty has been confirmed. Not what Greg Biffle wanted to see, but yet that is where he is. And he continues to sit there. The one thing he will be hoping for now is a caution, which would definitely help out at this stage. And he is off, but that penalty is really going to hurt, and really it's going to be a very hard hit as well. Everybody now cycling onto the track. Everybody going a pretty normal amount of speed, but Greg Biffle falling back due to that penalty. Has enough fuel to see it to the end of the race, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to improve on the position at all. Yeah, definitely does not look good for the 16 car at this point. Definitely a bummer there with a penalty. Not what anyone wants to see. And he's just going to have to hope to get some draft here, as Cole Custer is now your leader here at Talladega. And that is fascinating as well. And we got the spreadsheet here of who's around. Greg Biffle, not too many cars around him. He's really going to have to get a slow car here, hopefully get some draft going on. It looks like we got Michael McDowell who's coming out of pit lane. That would definitely be a helpful car if he can get some drafting going here. But currently he's kind of spread in between, not where he wanted to be at all, as Josh Bilicki has taken the lead at Talladega. That's right, so very fascinating that we have Josh Bilicki, who has moved back in front, and the number 16 car cannot catch Michael McDowell. Mike McDowell is now moving away, but everyone here has taken new tires, whereas Greg Biffle, trying to save time, did not, and that's really going to hurt him at this point, as he cannot get up to speed or a draft. Let's see if he can get a draft with Eric Almirola. And it doesn't look like it's going to work out too well. Wow, he's got something going on back there, but yeah, definitely needed this a lot sooner than he has it. Here he comes, has some help. He's trying to do some drafting, only getting to about 205 miles an hour here at Talladega. Haven't gotten much over that. And there's just nothing. The field is spread out extremely thin here. But we do have cars coming down pit road. That will change a lot of things, as now we have Quinn Hoff going past on the outside. And a few positions changes, as a few cars had to come down pit road. We now have Cole Custer, who has regained the lead position. And that's certainly helpful. But Greg Biffle going to have a pretty hard finish, as Austin Dillon takes the lead off of the final turn. Yeah, pretty heartbreaking end to the race here for the Greg Biffle 16 Roush Fenway team. They did an awesome job in the last race, but just that penalty that ruined it for him at all. And also Austin Dillon has won at Talladega, and amazing job there by the 3 team at Richard Childress Motorsports. And there we go, a 25th place finish for Greg Biffle. Not a bad race at all, but definitely a disappointing result. Your top 10 includes Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Brad Kozlowski, Timmy Hill, Corey LaJoy, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, the 48 car, and Ross Chastain. We hope you've enjoyed this amazing race and the secondary finish of the duel at Talladega. And we will see you here next time for more NASCAR racing. See you then. Alrighty guys, so that was fun. So bad pit entry leading to a penalty, so that was not helpful at all, but yeah, you know how it goes. Like good races at Talladega, so that's fun. So we got the WWT Raceway up next. We got ourselves the Bristol, we got Charlotte, then we go to the Donington race. Then we have Daytona, which will also be fun. Then we go to Dover. The Dover doubleheader as well. Then we head to Kentucky, Martinsville, Pocono, Watkins Glen, Atlanta, Bristol, Charlotte Roval, Donington once again, and Kansas as our final. So a lot of cool races coming up. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you here next time on The Gamer.